Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to present about storyboard. First thing first, what is storyboard? So what we understand about storyboard is that storyboard is basically a rough idea or rough sketch before we proceed to the next step, which is recording the motion picture or the video or anything that related to graphic visualization. In storyboard, it is very important to have a proper sequence so that the outcome will be more manageable, and people can uh, can produce the video later on in a good way. And then the storyboarding process that we use until today was developed at Walt uh, Disney production during the early 1930s. So we can see in this slide, this is one of the example of storyboard that we have. We can see that they have the sequence, the first step, second step, third step. So it is so after that we will produce or we will sketch the video according to this storyboard. It's basically storyboard is a guideline for us to produce our work. So we will see the next steps in storyboard. The next things that is very important in producing storyboards.
Okay, why do you need storyboard? First of all, storyboard is one of the type of visual aid, and as we know, visual aid can help us to deliver and share and explain our messages and ideas to the listener much more easier. And the listener and the audience also can help, could also can listen to our message and idea more effective. Next, it can also make the production much easier. Why? Because by using storyboard, it can show a clear vision of what we're gonna do, and also it can make the production much easier, as in we can mapping out our ideas and messages, and also explain at the same time. And it also can save our time because using storyboard it can make our work run smoothly and also keep our work organized. Next, we will move on to the next slide.
Okay, next is the usage of storyboard. First, it is for films. It is commonly known as a shooting board and essentially a series of frames with drawings of the sequences of the scenes in the film. It also helps the film's director and cinematographers to visualize the scene and find potential problems to occur. It also helps them to estimate the cost productions and saves their time. And second one is theater. Theater, the director and playwrights use storyboards for theaters as a special tool to understand the layout of the scene. And last but not least, for animatics, it is used in the animation projects and provides better idea of how the scenes will look like and feel in the full motion. It also helps to fix any issue that may occur within the storyboards, and also for analytics, also used by advertising agent to create inexpensive test cases.
Okay, next, how to make a storyboard. So there are three crucial steps on how you want to make the storyboard. So the first step is create blank slides. In a piece of paper, draw a series of square. And if you're too lazy to draw a square in a piece of paper, you can always download the template on Google. There are so many free templates on Google. So example of squares is like in the films. Okay, in the films there are like squares, each squares. Okay, think of these squares like a video frame with different scenes will take place in each of the squares, and you can sketch the scenes using your hand, or through computer if you're technology savvy, or even you can take photographs and place the photos in each of the square. But however, don't forget to leave some space below each picture for you to put the scripts. Okay, that is the first crucial step. So the second one is add your script. So during the first step, you leave a blank space beneath your picture, right? So beneath each picture, write the lines from the script that will be spoken. So it will be organized and you don't have to refer to other papers. And stories should be like comic books. So reader can get a sense of what is going on in each scenes. And that is the second step. And the last step is sketch your story. Mm, sketch on how the scene will be look like. You don't have to be so detailed. Just give some understanding on how the flow of the story will be. And if you want to add notes, like you can also make notes like your camera angle, the transition between shots, or even details of how things is going to be on. So the last step is like the final touch up on what you want to add on your storyboard. So last but not least, these are these are the most crucial steps on how you want to make a storyboard to make sure your story is in a good flow. Thank you.
Okay, and here are the last part of this video is which I would like to give you the helpful tips to create a creative storyboard. The first one is you have to show and don't tell. What does it mean here is you have to visualize your video in the storyboard rather than or instead of writing more like the description of the video or the dialogue of the video that you need to tell in the video. You just have to visualize your video in the storyboard. The second one is you have to be cinematic. What does it mean here is you have to know what is your camera movement. Do people and places or things in that video stand still or move? And does your video do things that movies do? You have to consider these factors in your video in order to create a very cinematic video. And the third one is you have to be logical and coherent. What does it mean here is you have to create a story so that the video will look visually consistent from the beginning until the end. And the fourth one is you have to pick a theme. You have to pick a theme, means here you need to know what are the theme that you are going to do in your video. And the last one is you have to include all the relevant details. What does it mean here is you have to break up your script into a smaller parts and you have to make note of important information. What are the important information are is what is the setting or background for the scene, and is there a character on the screen, and if so, what are the action is the character is going to perform in the video, and what are the props you are going to do in the video. Will any text appear on the screen, and you need to consider the size of the text or the color of the text in the video. And you have to know, and the most important part is you have to know what are the messages that you are trying to deliver in this video. Basically, so in summary, what we are going to tell you is that storyboarding is basically the process of visualizing your main ideas in order to create a very creative video or a very cinematic video. That's all from us. I hope this video will be beneficial for you, and thank you.